Good evening, YNG. In today's top stories, the YNG population has experienced a rapid increase that is shown to affect many delegates.
We'll also take a look at the evolution of the political party system in YNG and how these changes have influenced the parties in the past year.
Finally, we will reveal some embarrassing moments from YNG's high elected officials.
Good evening, Youth in Government. With the increase in our population, many delegates are noticing some drastic changes in the program. With more on the story, here's Julian Biscott and Nanette Rodriguez.
Can you briefly describe your party's platform?
My party's platform is on healthcare and gun control. So what it's about is creating a public option for healthcare. This is somewhat similar to Obamacare, except Obamacare is about creating regulations on private health insurance companies. This would be creating a public health insurance company. So what that means is much like our education.
Yeah, so our party basically runs on the idea of FIRE. We have fees, immigration, recognition, and education, and we think that those are the things that are kind of burning out California. And we, as the powerful and influential delegates of Youth in Government, want to be the phoenix that can rise out of those ashes. And we focus on education and immigration reform, and we have some specifics that deal with those that we think are really powerful.
All right. Now, can you briefly describe your party's platform?
All right, well, the American Party has a very nationalistic, patriotic kind of feel to it. It's all about bringing America back to the top, and that means investing in infrastructure, education, and national security.
The Chance Party is a party of opportunity. We believe in pushing every delegate to excel, to take that opportunity to speak on a bill, to work on legislation, to write something for media, do whatever it is that makes them passionate. We also stand for three things in our government today. We stand for returning civil liberties to the individual, to education reform, and for allowing small businesses to flourish in California.
All right, so now what are your plans for tonight's convention?
Our plans for tonight's convention, we may or may not have a magic show. We have a debate, like a one-on-one debate that's going to go down, a Q&A, meet the candidates, and a, let's see, I have to word this correctly, win a lunch with a person.
For tonight's convention, we actually are doing something I believe that political party has never done before. We're having an honorable chaplain start us off, and we're going to do the spoken word, or otherwise known as rapping. We're also going to have, of course, our candidates come and give speeches. We may or may not have dancing and singing involved with that, and of course, very famous primary vote.
Tonight is going to be a party. Think 4th of July, but on a way bigger scale. We're going back to 1776, partying like we just got independence from England. I mean, it's going to be a huge party. So I hope you all can make it.
We have a lot in store for tonight's convention. It's going to be a great time. We have a rap battle between the candidates. We have some music playing. We have question and answer sessions where people can tweet in, Facebook in, ask us whatever it is that's on their mind to have our candidates answer. We'll allow them time to speak, and then we're going to vote in our primary.
Which party do you think is your biggest rival and why?
Biggest rival? Honestly, I think we're all pretty much on an even playing field right now. I mean, like, Phoenix Party has like their like diehard people, like, because Mo's got a lot of connections and whatnot, and like everybody likes Chance, but like Surprise Party's doing fine. Like I could totally go toe to toe with anyone right now, so like I'm ready. Like I'm stoked.
We believe that the Chance Party is our biggest rival party.
Are we just doing no candidates?
And why is that?
We believe that their candidates are strong, and their political party chair, Anna Page, is a force to be reckoned with.
Our biggest rival, I think, at the time, or right now, is the Surprise Party, just because I feel like they have stuff up their sleeve that no one really knows about, and as the name suggests, it's all going to be a surprise, and I'm really wondering what they have planned.
I'd have to say the Phoenix Party is our biggest rival, just because they're gaining momentum just like we are. However, we are all starting out. We're all very optimistic about our futures, and we're all passionate about our causes.
Thank you so much. This has been Jack Gale with Eyewitness News.
Well, now I'm super excited about these conventions tonight. It sounds like we have a lot of multi-talented candidates.
It's for sure going to be a tight race between the party this year. From Broadcast Media, I'm Jack Gale.
And I'm Anna Warwick.
Back to you, Wolfie.
Over the past year, Governor Perry has influenced change in the political party system, resulting in 4 brand new political parties this year. With more on the story, here are Jack Gill and Anna Warwick.
East Valley, the largest delegation of the 2,600 delegates present at this weekend's conference. Scott Phillips is an advisor for East Valley. Here's his perspective on the delegation.
I've been told there's 138. Today at Bob 2, though, we've had a number of sick, so I think we're only 125. So we're a little bit smaller than we need to be, but they'll be there at Sacramento. Okay. It's a great effort to learn names, but I believe that's important to show respect. So we try during the meetings to do as much as we can to interact with the delegates so we can learn their names and learn about who they are. Wow. Well, I believe we had 5 or 6 that were running for elected positions. And then for statewide candidates, I think we're going to be sending about 20 to Sacramento a day early for all the applied positions. So we're very proud of the delegates for their ambition. Currently, there are 15 advisors, so we're about 1 to 9. But of course, since we had so many sick, it's closer to 1 to 8. So I think that's a strong ratio. And there are a number of us that really do try and interact with them so that we can be more than just 1 to 8 or 1 to 9. You know, we want to be 1 to 30, 1 to 40, 1 to 50. That way you can be 3 or 4 or 5 to 50 and have a closer connection to the delegates.
Because of the increase in the number of delegates, YNG officials have decided to move joint sessions from the previous gym location to a site known as the Big Top.
Rolf Davidson, Executive Director of Youth and Government. We had the liberty to sit down with him and find out a little bit of what it takes to put on such a massive event.
At this conference, there are 2,630 delegates, I believe. We have a team of fantastic volunteers, 500 in total, that really take care of our delegates and put on an extraordinary experience. As a youth and government delegate myself in the past, I know how amazing this program can be. And being able to offer that to nearly 3,000 kids now is something that I'm very proud of. Well, we do planning year-round for all of our programs, including training and elections programs. Yes, we run all of our programs essentially at cost, actually at a loss, and then backstopped by fundraising. It costs about $300,000 to put on volunteers. We have the most amazing team of volunteers, and they spend incredible amounts of time prepping for and taking care of and training and educating young people. And nearly over 80% of our volunteers are youth and government alumni. We're delegates themselves, and they can't wait to come back and share that experience with other people. Well, we've been looking for a suitable facility for a long time. So our combination of requirements of space and cost, because one of the benefits of Camp Roberts is it actually is very, very inexpensive. And so trying to balance those two, the International Agricultural Center in Tulare was far and away the best option. For the last 3 or 4 years has been a record-breaking conference for youth and government. And so plans are going in place. We're going to be adding several new facilities. We've added new program areas this year, increased our staff, all of those things to make sure we can continue to offer the same high-quality youth and government experience to as many delegates as we can.
So how does the size of this event compare to other events you usually cater?
Well, at this time, these are the biggest events we cater. In previous years in our company, the largest event we ever did was 5,000, which is bigger than this one. But now being up close to 3,000, this is the biggest one we're doing.
And how do you cope with serving all teenagers, so many of them?
Serving teenagers is not a problem. We find the kids to be generally very helpful and friendly and kind of delightful. So the difficulty for us is trying to make foods that the teenagers are going to enjoy. With the budget we have and the facilities we have and the volume, it's very, very difficult.
Okay, and have you served at other YNG events before, or is this your first year?
I've been doing this, and the company's been doing this for 16 years. We've served all of the youth and government training events.
All right, thank you so much for your time. For YNG News, reporting from Camp Roberts, this is Nanette Rodriguez.
And I'm Julian Voscott. Thank you for watching.
Finally, to end our show, we thought that we'd share some of our elected officers' most embarrassing moments in youth and government.
The first time I ever presented a bill for the Legislative Analyst Program, I went into Assembly. I was nervous as heck. As I was talking about my bill, my legs started to shake, and I felt like I was doing this in a way. And then, literally after I was done, I felt so embarrassed, and one guy came up to me and was like, "Yo, bro, why were you doing the stanky leg during your bill?"
It was the last night of SAC, and I was with my 3 friends. We were ready to go to bed, and it was nighttime, and we were just having, like emotional girl conversations. And we get a phone call, and it's a woman saying that we're being too loud and we have to be quiet, and they're sending security up to send us out. And I didn't understand why we weren't talking that loud. And so I went back to my bed and I didn't even say a word. We got the call again, and they said they were taking all of our belongings, and we had to be escorted out of the hotel, and I'm crying and I'm sobbing. And then 5 minutes later, our lead advisor comes over and says, "Oh, I just prank called you."
So this actually happened this year. I've always done the court program since I've been youth in government, so I always take every opportunity at Bob 1 and my own delegation to speak on bills. And so this year there was some bill about something about lottery tickets and how they were going to use the money raised from lottery tickets and make it go towards something. And so I raised my hand and I was all confident, and I was like, well, what about states that don't have lottery tickets, such as Hawaii? And I was just so proud of myself for coming up with that question. And then the guy on the bill, it says, for states that don't have lottery tickets, this is what we're gonna do. And I was he pointed that out, and I just felt like such an idiot. And I just sat down, and it was just all bad.
Well, actually, it just happened yesterday. I was presiding over the district attorney elections, and after I passed the mic to one of the candidates, I just kept walking backwards, and I didn't realize there was a wall right behind me. And I just walked straight into the wall and then kind of stumbled, and everyone was laughing, but I gracefully walked it off.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at YNGTV, and also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/YNGTV.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Natalia Sagamini.
And I'm Wolfie Tash. Stay classy, YNG, and have a great evening.